Think we should be back. Uh, someone ping me 311 episode ideas.
Uh,
Never mind. Hello everyone, welcome back, or at least we should be back. Uh,
We're back on
the
it after
stream,
a
my
wee
internet
potty
died.
break where the internet shot itself.
Yeah. Anyways,
6.2.
gentlemen, I think we should probably wrap it up instead of just going on forever talking about our fictionals. Anyone wants to say anything about their fictionals or how to make a good fictional before my
Yes,
internet goes
San
Buy
Antonio.
45s. They're great. Okay.
Agreed.
Just be charming.
Yes. This is the biggest rule. Have a sense of humor. There's no need to be so serious about your fictional all the time. Always keep a sense of humor. Always laugh at yourself.
Jose exists for a reason.
Do make your fictional. I don't want to say make your fictional how you want to make it. I think the best fictional railroad has a lot of heart and soul put into it, and it honestly creativity and limitation. Limitation is what causes, because if you just have everything wide open and you just I want to do this and this, and you don't limit yourself in some way, that honestly that kind of makes it boring to me. Limitation is like the spawn of creativity or something along those lines. Like, you know what? Everyone knows what I mean, right? Anyways,
Yeah.
Continue. Anyone else want to say anything else?
No.
No? Alright.
Mexico.
Train.
Anyways, let's move on to rail news. I'm gonna go through this all real quick because I don't want my internet to die again. The first rail news is the Coast Starlight is going to resume full route operation on August 23rd.
Good.
Mostly because if you remember, the bridge near Redding, California burnt down and Union Pacific had to rebuild it. So, although Union Pacific was also repairing a former Southern Pacific bridge in somewhere near San Luis Obispo, dating back to 1986, although even though that wasn't technically announced. Our second news, I'll group the whole KCS news last. Our second big news, I guess you could say, is SMS number 6 returns to Steam. So
nice.
SMS Rail Line, which is
that's an army engine.
Yeah, it is SMS Rail, which is like a short line. They're like at like the Z tier of short line holding companies, but at the same time they're the A tier because they're all about preservation. They've test fired 060 number 9, which is Army built Alco, built in 1942. This thing was, I wish we had Ryan on because he'd probably be able to tell more about it, because this thing went absolutely everywhere. It went to Fort Dix, New Jersey, Fort Eustis, Virginia, then it was retired. Then it went to Piney River, Virginia, the Virginia Blue Ridge Railroad, became the number 9.
The base Virginia Blue Ridge is a very good railroad.
And then they went to the New Hope and Island, where it ran throughout the 60s and 70s, and then I guess these guys bought it. SMS Rail Line's president Jeff Such bought it in the 1990s, and now they finally restored it in Bridgeport, New Jersey. And apparently they're going to put it back in active service. I know a couple of months ago they put SMS Rail Lines put a Baldwin back into service. An ex-Reading, like, Baldwin. Like, diesel locomotive. Anyways, our next news is relating to everyone's favorite killer, Brightline.
844.
No, Brightline.
Oh.
I mean,
listen, Brightline is great. It weeds out all the idiots in Miami.
Anyways, so
anymore.
Throughout the entirety of the pandemic, Brightline has been closed. They haven't been running. However, they are planning to resume service sometime in November. Let me find a date. The first half of November, with the exact date still be determined. They also are I think they've implemented basically when if this was built, they got a PTC exemption, but during the pandemic they've managed to actually install PTC, which is rather nice. There's also a lot of other developments, which is they're looking to hire 200 people. So if you're in South Florida, You have to wear masks, but it doesn't require you to be vaccinated. All employees have to be vaccinated, though.
That makes sense.
Cringe.
Yeah. Stops at Aventura and Boca Raton are going to be opening throughout the second half of 2022.
Nice.
And also they are going to announce a quote major partnership at Miami Central Station. That's all they said. We don't know what this major partnership is. And Tri-Rail, which is also supposed to use Miami Central, isn't going to come in just yet. The PTC actually needs to go online first. So
Back, Aiden, this is great.
yeah, anyways, another thing that happened is that Germany was hit by a massive railroad strike.
Because of the flood, I'm assuming?
A 2-day strike leave only a quarter of the nation's long-distance trains in operation only Wednesday and Thursday. It doesn't actually... They're seeking a 3.2% raise and a one-time coronavirus bonus of €600, which is about $700. It began with freight movements Tuesday night and expanded to the passenger service. It will continue until... I think it ended yesterday at about 2 p.m. But that was a thing that happened. Any other news? I can link these together. So on a couple of days ago, about 4 days ago at this point, Southern Pacific, Canadian Pacific, two different railroads, although two very based railroads, they upped their bid for Kansas City Southern from $28 billion to $30 billion. This is still $3 billion below Canadian National's bid, which is $33 billion. It remains to be seen whether or not CP will up their bid. KCS basically said, "Fuck you, CP. That's still not enough money." However, the shareholders are planning to vote. The KCS shareholders are going to vote on whether or not to merge with CN on the 19th, so next Thursday. And then the Surface Transportation Board is going to decide whether or not that Kansas City Southern can be put into a voting trust. Everyone knows what a voting trust is, right?
No.
So a voting trust is basically...
Explain.
It's something used in a merger. Say I'm Railroad A, and I want to merge with Railroad B. So I might put Railroad B in a voting trust, and that basically means I technically acquire the stock of Railroad B. However, I cannot... It is illegal for me to exercise any control over Railroad B. So I, as Railroad A, I might own the stock, but I can't tell Railroad B what to do. And that's done to prevent, in this case, Railroad B from, say, being taken over by Railroad C while we're trying to merge. So possibly the most famous example is during SPSF, where Santa Fe put Southern Pacific in a voting trust, and then the merger was denied, and Santa Fe had to sell the stock in Southern Pacific to the Rio Grande. So that's an example of a voting trust. And upon the completion of when the voting trust takes effect, the stockholders of the railroads get an immediate return. So there is a chance that KCS stockholders will approve the merger, and then the STB will deny the voting trust, meaning that they will lose a fuck ton of money in the process.
Ouch. Kind of sucks.
So, as a result of this, many stockholders are basically saying, can we delay the voting trust until after the STB decision? Now, note that Canadian Pacific already got a voting trust approved with KCS. So, at this point, KCS merging with CP is probably easier, regulatory-wise than with CN, but who knows? That's that saga. Anyways, that's it for rail news. Any comments or anything, or we want to move on to Caboose reviews?
They should restore it and run it on the main line. God bless.
SMS number 6. Well, that's what they're gonna run it on the SMS main line.
Okay, so he said Brightline was doing a partnership And people were raging over the BTS meal. Imagine the BTS wrapped Bright Line train set.
No!
Oh,
Be
Oh.
quiet, Henry.
Don't
Be
jinx
charming and
that.
be quiet, okay?
Also,
I do recall.
they're saying they're announcing a major partnership. I'm going to assume that this is it could be real estate wise, but it also could be rail wise. Maybe Amtrak is going to come to Miami Central Station.
That'd be great because the Miami Depot sucks, and Amtrak just like a pea brain town. It's horrible.
Yeah. Anyways, Kaboob review.
We need to know what we're reviewing, Mr. Michael.
Hopefully last time I did this, my internet died. So, anyways, this is our first Caboose.
Okay. What the fuck? Okay, my opinion, it looks like a PRR wouldn't a Caboose the dream that I wanted to be a combine coach.
What is?
Another Caboose laughed at him, but he took performance-enhancing drugs, and he literally became a combine. It's pretty hot, plus it's McLeod, which means it's extra based, so I say 7 out of 10.
This reminds me of something you'd get in like an HO scale starter set in like the 70s. Like it's like, it's great. McLeod River very epic. This was probably used on mixed trains, very epic.
Well, this is another retarded McLeod caboose that we got. This is the second McLeod caboose we've had.
Oh, we've had this before.
No, there's another one. We had a McLeod River caboose on the last episode, I think.
Oh, we did. It was a different
I think-
McLeod River Caboose, though.
Yes,
That one was a steel one. So
Yes,
I
it looks terrible.
give this a Dixie Fire out of 10.
Oh god.
Anyone else?
No, I highly respect the McLeod River because of its motive power, but I hate its rolling stock, so 0 out of 10.
All right. Anyone else, or no? We can move on.
Move on. Whoa, though.
Oh boy. CNW 10 out of 10. Let's move on. No.
Chicago Northwestern.
5 out of 10. That's pretty okay.
I like it because it's Chicago Northwestern. I like the since 1848 pulling together. I really do like that. I hate how it's all rusted and faded.
This is the 5th Street McDonald's in Hialeah, Florida of cabooses.
Okay.
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Anyone else?
I give it 10 out of 10 because I am biased for the CNW, but it's seen better days for sure.
Yes.
But I like it.
What the fuck?
Oh, what? Oh, that is the that
2
code
out of
set.
10. 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
That is
This
literally
looks like
a
something I saw
Tycho.
on a
That
Marvel
is
train
literally
set.
something out of a Tycho starter set. But I
Is
love
that
it.
one of those Conrail cabooses?
I have no idea. This is Burlington Northern.
No. That had it offset. The cupola was offset.
Okay.
It's like a bay window when Extended Vision had sex, and this was the result.
That's probably what happened there.
So I'm gonna give this a Lou Menk out of 10.
I give this a General Electric out of Electric Motive Corporation.
All right. What about
I
this?
don't know. Go to Caboose News.
1.
Is this the second American experience?
Yeah.
It's
I love how it's not an actual caboose. It's a trailer converted.
It's
to a
literally
caboose.
just a trailer. Yeah, I can see the wheels there.
I like I don't know what good news caboose means. Is it trying to say that it's good news or bad news? I like how the back part is like grass turf you'd find on like a mini golf course. What does LCM and M mean?
No, Jack, you're right. This is the American Experience Part 2.
Because it's a
This is
trailer.
This is what a man and his Sicilian family saw when they came to Ellis Island in 1918. They saw smiling, superficial, grinning faces of America. Come on in. Come on into the darkness. I assure you it'll be a bright and beautiful time. They come in, and America really hated the Italians and the Catholics. And if you were Italian
yeah,
Catholics, you were
racist.
fucked. So that's what the darkness signifies. The death of internal fortitude and just the collapse of the American dream. This is the American Experience Part 2. Not as strong as the first one, but I tried. I actually think that is like the worst thing I've ever seen. Like I've seen some pretty bad, like, this is a caboose, I promise, but this is the worst. This is the worst.
Anyways, anything else?
At least they
Yeah.
tried their best. 2 stars for trying.
I just is this something that Coda sent?
This is no, I looked up Caboose clip art and this was one of the first results.
Oh, beautiful.
I like how
Tim-
inclusive it is.
Michael, you know the caboose that they used on like the Simpson Railroad in Canada?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that. I had a trains article on them. They had a whole thing about the weird ass cabooses, and
Hold up.
it reminds me a lot of that.
Simpson Railroad Caboose.
This reminds me of like if someone just took a doghouse from like a Pennsylvania tender or something like that, and gave it like a nice porch, you know?
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I lied. Maybe this is what it is.
Oh my god!
Yep.
That is a 10 out
The
of 10.
guy who made
This
this
is-
lives in Simpson, Canada, or whatever. I don't know.
This, I don't know, that's on the
The
Oregon
Simp-
Pacific Railway, whatever that is. They have a 44 tonner. I mean 45 tonner, which they're based.
Anyways,
I give it a
last
5 out of 5.
second Caboose. This is an instant 10 out of 10 because it's BGRM.
Yeah.
It's also
this
taken
is
by
BGRM.
Joe. I thought that said Joe Nugget, and I'm like, okay,
It's
that's
no
a
Joe
letter.
Joe
Nuts?
Nugent. It's new Joe Nugent.
Nugent. Yeah, I know. I misread as Joe Nugget. It's a wooden caboose. It's from
Wooden
the
Ellen
L&N.
and Caboose. This thing is in such horrible shape. I think they just tore it down. I don't even think they gave it to their museum. I think they literally just it collapsed and they tore it down.
I see the GM&O milk car.
Is this
Yeah, that's-
is this Clinchfield?
It's
No,
L&N.
this is-
Oh, Ellen, I'm stupid.
It looks like that there's just random shit inside. So this is Shipmore's Lair, Part 3.
It's a meth lab. What do you
It's a
expect?
meth
real.
lab, yeah. I
It
give
is
it.
real.
I give it a.
shows the fight between Larry Shipmore and the Slav in the baggage car.
I give this a turbocharger. Where's my turbocharger out of 10?
Yeah, I say that Larry Shipmore out of 10 too.
I will give this a Louisville out of Nashville.
I love the L&N caboose. It's the classic styling, and it looks great when it's painted, but my god, they really went the full Lowe's fixes everything way with this lad. I love the extended vision cupola, how it's just one big window. I really love the open air commodities. I too would want to breathe fresh air.
I love the exterior paneling. How there's just a big 4x8 sheet
Yeah,
of
they
There's
tried
a
to
huge
fix
cover.
it.
There's a piece of plywood there. It's great. This is the Kentucky Meth Lab caboose. This is 10 out of 10. I think I found it.
Anyone else?
There's not even
or-
a light on it. Is there? Where's the markers? Oh wait, the markers are gone.
Is that it?
Yes.
Anyways, this Coda submitted this one.
Oh god!
This is a Santa Fe caboose. Apparently, I'm told they had 196 six of these, which is why.
What? What?
That's what Coda told me. I don't know if he's trolling me or not. But it's
I
a
hope-
Santa Fe, so I'd believe it.
It looks like a
Santa Fe-
retrofitted fucking boxcar.
Yeah,
like
I'm
this
pretty
one.
sure it is a converted boxcar. I like the windows, how instead of a cupola, they just put windows everywhere so you can see shit.
The TNG did that, and they were built for
And you can sit on the
Northern.
top.
I love that. This is literally just like, okay, here's
Yeah,
the
guys,
boxcar. Let's put a hole in
look,
it.
those are benches.
I love that. That is the greatest caboose ever. 10 out of 10.
Now that's what I call a convertible caboose right there.
I give this, don't go on drugs, otherwise known as the Santa Fe Kid. Stay with Southern Pacific. Out of 10.
That is great, Michael.
I only pretend to rag on ATSF. ATSF is cool, but
I give this a Ashton Topeka out of Santa Fe.
anyways, that's it for Kaboob reviews. Anyone want to say anything before the stream ends? I know what I want to say, which is sorry about my shitty internet.
Nova, great internet, bad internet.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Mayonnaise is not an instrument, according to Squidward.
Patrick,
Squidward's
please.
a squid, and he's an idiot.
He's actually an octopus, but okay.
Shh. He only has 6 limbs, not 8.
Yeah, come on, dude.
This is a shorter one. I'm pretty sure this is.
I
only
just found the village on the side of a fucking cliff.
That's Minecraft for you.
All right, final thing. Squidward, Michael, what's your final words?
I already said my final words. I'm sorry for my
Okay,
shitty
Brandon,
internet.
what are your final words?
SpongeBob, stop playing
Brandon!
doing your mom.
What are your final words for the podcast before we end it? Very nice, Jack.
San Antonio, Texas.
Brandon?
My final words are: thank you for watching the Blue Streak Podcast.
Long
been
live
very fun.
searchlights.
I hope everyone please put in the comment what you think of our new host, Brian Gabbard, and if he's cool or not. Thank you, Mr. Roke44228, for coming on the podcast.
Rockman, it is Rockman. I will kill you.
Shut up,
Did you enjoy
Rook
yourself
Man.
today?
Rook
Shut up,
Man.
Rook Woman 280 2716.
Everyone, DM the word a Mifflinsburg to Henry, and I will give you $45 in Steam bucks. Okay.
A Mifflin.
Everyone, thank